What is up, epic people of the internet? My name is Nate, and welcome to my unofficial review / discussion video for Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Just a heads up before we get started, this will be a spoilered review, so that means there will be spoilers in the video, and if you haven't seen the movie yet, chances are this will spoil it. You have been warned. Batman vs. Superman. Where do we get started? Well, I think we're going to start with Batman because his name comes first in the title, so let's get this discussion rolling. So, this is the first movie that Ben Affleck played Batman. Well, Ben Affleck kind of fell short. I think he was a very underwhelming Batman. I just don't think he had the charisma to play the character. I think he has the body type better than Christian Bale, like he's buffer and all that stuff, so he fits better in the suit, and I think his suit looked cooler in this movie, and I think overall, like, the armor suit that you see in the trailers and in the movies when he's fighting Doomsday and he's fighting Superman is really cool, and I think that whole aspect of Ben Affleck playing Batman is cool, but I think overall, he doesn't fit the character. I feel like he fits Bruce Wayne much better than Christian Bale in this later movie, just comparing the two because they're the most recent Batmans. It was interesting to see how Batman wasn't necessarily a new character in the universe. He was an older character in the universe because we got the whole origin story in the beginning with his parents dying and all that stuff and him falling down the hole and being resurrected by bats. But in the end, he was 20 years after fighting crime. Like, the events of this movie happened 20 years after he started fighting crime. Robin's dead by his dead uniform. He's already dealt with the whole thing. He has a whole following. So I think it's kind of interesting to see, like, that side of Batman. I think Ben Affleck plays very well to that because Ben Affleck is a little bit flatter than Christian Bale and gives Batman the whole tiredness that 20 years of fighting crime brings with you. So I think that was good, but overall I think it's kind of interesting to see that there was no spark to Batman. Like, I wasn't excited when Batman came on the screen like you are in commonly other movies with Batman. Moving on to Superman, nothing to really say here about Superman because Henry Cavill is definitely the best choice that anyone could pick for Superman. There's not another actor on the planet that I could think that would play better Superman, look-wise and acting-wise. I think he's just perfect for the role, and overall, Superman gave me what I wanted to see in this movie. Moving on to Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot. It's the perfect acting choice for that as well. I think she did really well in her limited time on screen in Batman vs. Superman. She gave you that sexy, like, secretive vibe with Bruce Wayne, interacting with Bruce Wayne, and then that whole badass fighting Amazon warrior thing when she's fighting Doomsday with Batman and Superman. And I think she did a good job, and I'm kind of looking forward now to the Wonder Woman movie, the separate movie, because, like, she did such a good job in this, and I can't wait to see what new stuff she brings to that movie. I think the best acting of the movie goes to Jesse Eisenberg for playing Lex Luthor. I think he did a really good job of capturing the crazy spastic vibe that the writers were trying to get. I was a little hesitant at first because I wasn't sure whether his character should be really that crazy and that young and look like that, but I think in the end, his performance was great, and I think overall he gave you, like, a character that you want to see more of. I want to see more of Lex Luthor because I'm a fan of that crazy, spastic, crazy vibe thing that he got going. So I went over my 4 major characters of Batman vs. Superman. Now let's talk a little bit about the plot line and the whole aspect of the movie as a whole. I think overall the movie was okay. I don't think it was spectacular. There's nothing that really caught me as, like, amazing. The coolest scene in the movie was definitely Batman fighting Superman. Like, I didn't give a crap about when they were fighting Doomsday. I think overall we knew exactly what was going to happen in the battle against Doomsday. I mean, we knew Batman wasn't going to be able to do much. We knew Wonder Woman and Superman would just kick his ass. In the end, I mean, they got beat up a little bit. I didn't see Superman dying. I wasn't expecting that. But in the end, I think based on the last shot that's shown in the movie, Superman will be back. I'm not really a comic book guy, but my friend informed me of a comic book where the Superman actually fights Doomsday and he dies, but he actually regenerates over like a couple months and comes back. So I think that's what's going to happen. That's the plot line that they're going to play with. But overall, like, I think it was very slow. The movie was very slow. They spent a lot of time setting up this whole, like, we hate Superman, like, is Superman bad? Like, Batman needs to kill Superman because he's not trustable, or, like, he's an alien, like, all this jazz. I think they tried to work with too many characters in this movie. They had Doomsday, they had Lex Luthor, so they had 2 villains, even though they're kind of, like, spawned off of one another. I mean, you got Superman, you had to introduce Wonder Man, you had to introduce the new Batman as Ben Affleck, so you kind of had the backstory of that, and, like, also, it was just cluttered with a lot of stuff that I thought could have been spread out between another movie because there was too much backstory of different characters, and I think there could have been more action. As I said before, the best scene is definitely Batman fighting Superman. There's so many good moments in that fight because it's like Batman is beating Superman and Superman's beating Batman, which is like kind of like unexpected in both ways. I think all the different tools and gadgets that Batman uses with the kryptonite are really cool. I think the spear is really cool, even though he didn't actually get to use it. The grenades with the smoke is like interesting. So I think that's a lot of cool stuff there. So I think that all added up to a really cool fight. And I like all the different things where like Superman punches Batman, Batman blocks it because he's weakened by kryptonite, or Batman's punching Superman in the face, and all of a sudden he's like regenerating his strength because he's away from the kryptonite now, and you just see like Superman turn his face towards him and go, and it's like not even feeling the punches that Batman's throwing at him. That was epic. I think that stuff is really cool. But I think overall the first hour and a half of the movie before that is just kind of boring. Like, I was kind of tired of it. They put in this whole politics scene where Superman goes to the Capitol building and Lex Luthor blows it up with some innocent dude as this like pretend suicide bomber. And I don't think that stuff's needed. Like, they didn't need as much as they did with it. Like, they built up the whole Batman is going to kill Superman because Superman is bad kind of thing, which Superman's really not. So they built that up way too much compared to what they needed to. I think they could have spent a lot less time on that and a lot more time of Superman and Batman fighting. Like, I think they needed like one more battle of Superman versus Batman before the major battle. So I think like Superman needed to kick Batman's ass, and then Batman comes back with like the gadgets, and you get the result that you got in the movie where Superman is literally almost dead and Batman is about to kill him before he said the name of both of their mothers, which happens to be the same. I think that like the name thing is kind of a plot hole, and I think it's like stupid that that's the reason why Batman stopped. Like, I get it, it's like a comic book movie and stuff like that, but I think that's like kind of corny because it just doesn't make sense. Like, why would you, like, you just fought this guy and why are you going to stop him in mid-thrust because you heard your mother's name? Like, it doesn't make sense, but in the end, I think it's okay. I saw a tweet online saying something about how the person couldn't wait for the movie to come out on DVD so that they could, like, different people could rip it together and reorder the scenes. I didn't really notice in the movie until the very end. Like, the last, like, 20 minutes after Superman, like, is killed, it's like there's like all the funeral scenes, all the scenes where Batman goes to jail to look at Lex Luthor and talk to Lex Luthor and stuff, and Bruce Wayne is talking to Wonder Woman about getting the Justice League together and gathering all the other people. I think as a whole, like, it was edited wrong. It was just ordered wrong. Like, shots should have been next to each other when they weren't, and they were jumping between things that didn't need to be jumped. So it didn't have a nice chronological order to end it. Like, it was kind of jumpy. It was like almost like different time things. Like, they jumped from like the funeral scene where Batman and Wonder Woman are there to talking to each other after they see Amy Adams, Lois Lane looking at the grave and stuff, and then they jump to the part where they're talking to Lex Luthor about like the forecasting the villain for the next movie, and Batman's there, but like then they jump back to that other scene where they're talking, but like it's not them talking, it's the same scene because Amy Adams is throwing dirt on the Superman grave, and it's like they didn't need to like include that many shots or something. They needed to rework them together because they had so many like movie ending shots. Like the Lex Luthor one where they forecast the next villain is kind of like a movie ending shot where they zoom in on that picture he has of the devil, and then they have the actual ending shot where the dirt vibrates on the grave because Superman is like technically alive, but they all think he's dead. Like, so he will be back because that's like, it's obviously they can't have the Justice League without Superman. They'd be stupid to kill Superman this early in the new DC universe. Like 2 movies in, and like they're gonna kill him. So like obviously he's coming back. So I think overall, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice is like a good movie. It's a good start to Justice League. They forecasted Aquaman, Flash, and a couple other characters. I just can't remember their names off the top of my head right now. And I think overall it's an okay movie, but it could have been better, and it could have been better edited. And I think honestly I would have rather had Christian Bale as Batman than Ben Affleck. We'll see how Ben Affleck does in the next Batman standalone movie and the next Justice League movies. Either way, I'm looking forward to more DC Universe movies. In the end, the DC Universe will be better, and I think I will like it more than Marvel, but so far it's not getting me there yet. So hopefully the next movies are good. Let me know what you guys think of Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice down below in the comments. Did I miss anything? Is there comments that you thought I got wrong or anything? Just let me know. Let's get a discussion going down there. Make sure to punch that like button. Subscribe to this channel for more movie and gaming content. Let me know what movies you want me to review in the future as they get released. I'll try to do it in this format, discussion videos, instead of a scripted video like I normally do. That way it's more personal and everything, and I really kind of enjoy this format. Thanks for checking out this video. My name is Nate, and we will see you next time.